It's gonna be a positive summer, man.
You don't even like Future like that, bro.
Who don't? Me?
Yeah.
I almost named Kenton's middle name was almost Future G. That was when DS2 dropped.
Yeah, I was finna say, and he ain't had nothing that was of nothing worth naming the kids since DS2. It must have been around that time.
Yo, welcome to Beers and Bars,
your place of rapid fire hip hop discussion and of course great beer.
I am Kamal Kiddo.
OT the Golden Child. Thank y'all for checking out our last episode featuring our homie AJ.
Yeah.
Down there in man, the Incarnations down there in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that brother. This is episode 243. Good to see you guys again. If this is your first time watching, make sure you subscribe wherever you are watching or listening at. We appreciate all the people who rock with us and check for us on a regular basis. Come on, what are we talking about today?
Well, before we do get into what we're talking about, we do have a guest. I don't want to just have him sitting there looking all crazy. Young Oski Wolski, man, young Oscar, man, back on the show once again. We had to bring him on. We've been talking back and forth about this album. So it was only right to bring him on, bring his trash opinion in here, you know what I'm saying? As we talk about Pusha T's latest album, It's Almost Dry. Completely produced, I believe, by Kanye West and Pharrell Williams. I haven't seen the track list yet. We recording this a little early, but we've all heard the album, so we're gonna go ahead and get our take on it. But before we get into it, what are we drinking, fellas? What are you guys? You know what? Let me go ahead and say what I'm drinking because I'm the odd man out over here. I'm having since we talking about It's Almost Dry, luxury Coke wrap. You know what I'm saying? I decided I don't have any beer with any Coke in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not having a Diet Coke, but I am having something that's heavier since this is drug wrap deep in it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to have something that was equally heavy. You know what I'm saying? This is Gravedigger Billy from Revolution Brewing. This is a Scotch ale aged in bourbon barrels. I say it's heavy because this is 14.2% ABV. I've had this before on the show. Shout out John from Revolution. Hooked us up with these. I'm having it in my Argus cup today. R.I.P. Argus, you know what I'm saying?
That was a good brewery, man.
It was, man. It
was one of my first brew tours in Chicago.
Yes,
low key. Mm-hmm. And they gave you hella beer.
They do.
Unlike Lagunitas, unless you catch them on the beer day, it's like Thursday. When people go to work, ain't nobody. You go
the opinions of our host are solely his own and do not reflect Beers and Bars in any way.
I'm just saying, they do it on purpose. They know they had an open beer run when they give you beer samples on like the day you got to work. So you got to take off work to go to really enjoy it.
But cheers, fellas. Yeah. So what y'all drinking on, man?
Let's go to Oscar. Let's go.
Well, since you took my shine, I'm supporting my homeboys, my Turtle House guys. Click. But I'm gonna go with the Stout because it's also aged in whiskey barrels. This is that collaboration they had with Uncle Nearest. They gave him a bunch of barrels, and they went up there, brewed some beer, and ate some beer. This is one of their Caribbean stouts. Which one? This is Queen's Legacy. You know, they do the thing where they always name the beers after their loved ones. I think it's either grandmothers or aunties, something like that.
Proper term there, folks. Matriarchs. Go ahead, Oscar.
Oh, there you go. See, you're smarter than me, LT. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was thinking about shaving my head so I could get smart. I think it's the hair. The curls are blocking my they blocking my smarts.
What's the ABV on that?
This one here is 7.6. You know what I'm saying? So, pretty good. Turn a house.
What and what type of beer is that again? Queen's Legacy. What type of beer is it?
It's a Carribean-Style stout.
Caribbean-Style stout? Or got you.
Mm-hmm.
Word up. I'll be going next here, man. I am also drinking something from Turner House. Actually, Oscar went to their event on, forgot the name of the street. I'm not a South Sider, but I went to the
47.
other one. There you go. There you go. There,
Sip and Savor.
Sip and Savor, but there are people. There are two of them out south. Do not go to the one off the
Hyde Park.
Yeah, that's not the one that they.
Oh, that's the one I thought you were talking about. That's the one I've been to.
Nah, it's the one by the ice cream shop. That's Michigan.
The other one, the Sip and Savor, the other one in Hyde Park is on 43rd.
53rd on Hyde Park.
Oh, word.
Over there, Del Prado Bill. It's not that one. It's the one. It's the larger one. And they also about to start their brewery there too, next door.
Word. But go ahead.
They're going to be brewing out of there. So, yeah, that's dope, man. I went to the event. They were releasing this joint here. This is the Gazelle Joint. This is a Hazy IPA, which is a collaboration between them and Tennessee Brew Works. This double IPA honors all of the legendary historically Black colleges and university HBCUs, basically female athletes, both past and present. Specifically, I believe they were it's regarding track women's track athletes and whatnot. But this joint right here, man, pretty good joint, man. I won this because I answered the matriarch question right. I think.
True.
I think that's why I got this. No, I won it for another reason, but I could have also got the other one right, but I didn't want to be greedy because I would have been out of there with like 2 4-packs.
Should have took 2 4-packs.
But yeah, man, we got to get them on.
That?
This is at 8%, man. This is at 8%. So I must sip this boy here. My dad's calling me. Dad, I got to call you back a little bit later on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I dig this joint, man. Shout out. I'm bad with names. Steve, Blair, Nate.
Yeah.
There we go. I did it right. There we go.
It
was something else out. Go ahead. What you say? Go ahead. What you say?
I guess I should have said that name, son. Well, they about niggas are gonna say I'll see them all. But yeah.
If Blair, you know me, you know I'll be all on the hazies too, man. This is definitely a good joint. I'm going to save the last one for when we actually have them on the show. So hopefully I won't drink that prior to that happening.
You got it. Oh no, you won those. But where can I pick those up? Because I'm the odd man out on this episode. So I need to know where can I pick those up at.
I hate to be the guy who wants to say, we'll talk offline. We'll talk offline.
Wait, is Oscar an OG? Oscar's like an OG, I feel like. Oscar,
right.
Like,
Oscar the plug, man. Oscar is a broker, obviously, for Turner House. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm always artificial. I'm always artificial somewhere. So, I was there with him because Steve, he's from Nashville. So we got cool because our sons were cool. And then, I actually met at a brew fest, the first brew fest they had in the Hyde Park Bank building. And then, like our sons saw each other, like, oh, these are my class. And then we started talking and we just the sons and we just hang out together, drink beer all the time, talk about life. And, he's unique because he's one of my, like Kamal's the same and OT's the same, but he's one of my parents, Black fathers who had a child my son's age and is just as active as I am. And I shout out to, Black men, we're doing much better. But sometimes it's a little hard pressed to get somebody who's rocking with children just like you rock with them. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of them. So we just go on that and so much more. So we always talk about music and all kind of stuff.
Word up, man. Shout out to Turner House, man.
Turner House.
All right. It's almost dry. Pusha T, fourth studio album. This is number 4, the 4th studio album. I don't think I realized
it's been out a long time. I thought it was more than 4. He's been out a long time, man.
Yeah, he's had some mixtapes, but this is the 4th studio album. Like one of his studio albums, I thought it was a mixtape. King Push, The Prelude, Darkest Before the Dawn. I thought that was a mixtape. But all the publications, all the information is saying that it was an official album. And Daytona being his 3rd, and now It's Almost Dry is his 4th. What y'all feel about how y'all feel about the album? Should we go through it track by track?
He hit his stride. Hey man, he hit his stride on this one.
Let's let Oscar go. Go, Oscar, go.
Almost this is almost 12 for 12. Track for track. He done brought back a whole entire sound. Like it's something, I guess you could say dark, but I would say dark in the sense of like Christopher Nolan movies, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you ever seen the Batman, like we thought Christopher Nolan's Batman was dark. But this last dude got even darker. Like it was no daytime scenes. It's like
I love it. Noir.
Really dark.
If that's how you pronounce it, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, noir. Yeah, you fancy today. You've been reading. OT been reading.
I'm smart as fuck sometimes.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Let me find out you're Oprah's book club after you get off the podcast. What we reading, babe? Hey, this is how OT changed flip his pages.
It is. Listen. I'm reading Carter G. Woodson Education of the Negro, and that's exactly how just on the balcony with my beer like this. Go ahead, do your thing.
God damn, EG.
Like it's just the tracks are just they're not dark. It's like moody. It's like a nice mood to them. They kind of, and then the way he's riding the beats, like he's just flowing. Like Pusha T is almost like hugging every hi-hat, even bass. Like he is going in and out of these rhythm beat patterns with ease. Like this is the one, you know how like sometimes you'll see somebody come up or your favorite basketball player and they had that one game or string of games, you're like, damn, this dude he's like, Pusha T has always been phenomenal, right? He's always been phenomenal, he's always been elite, but just like on that song, Just So You Remember.
Yeah.
Like he's coming in here and just like gliding and rap. Like I can see him doing a video on some skates. Like that's how smooth his bars are on the first one. The first track is just insane.
Yeah,
I'm used to hearing him melodic and just slow at his own pace and give you hard drug bars.
Yeah,
of course. But hearing him like this is like you done got a new level.
Let me pick it. I'm gonna pick up right there because I think you saying something important, and I'll kick it to Kamal. There's a bar on Dreaming of the Past, which is produced by Kanye, where he said didn't have to reinvent the wheel, just a better design. And I think that bar is perfect in summation of the album from the standpoint of I hear people critiquing Pusha sometimes from because he has the same content. It's all the same. And although that may be true, I think what you're saying right now is that he keeps elevating and he may right now be at the zenith. I was thinking earlier about this album and how, me, you, and Kamal, we got our iPhones and we in the chat and whatnot. Every year, every other year, whenever they come out, we all get new iPhones, right? Mm-hmm. It's the same damn product, but it's something that's being added typically that makes it better. I'm a runner. I got my Zoom Pegasus Nikes where they on like edition 30 something. But if you're a runner, you're probably gonna cop them joints anytime they come out with a new edition. That's the same damn Nike. Same thing for Saucony Kinvaras. If you're a runner, every year they come out with like a different one, but people buy the new variation of it every time.
Right. And
that's what Pusha is, man. Pusha to me, he give you the same stuff content wise, but it's this project here is an elevation of what we already have. It's like he's 44, by the way.
Yeah.
And he's rapping his ass off. He's playing with different flows, different textures. He's just getting better and better. So it is, and this is just, I guess, my rebuttal to people who saying, "Oh, it's the same Coke raps." What rapper really doesn't do what they do? Rappers do what they do. Nas does what he does. Drake does what he does. Jay does what he does. The thing is, can you elevate? Can you continue to get better at what you do? Can you not reinvent the wheel, but update the design? Come on.
Now, I agree with what you're saying, but I'm going to push back on that a little bit because you got an artist like, Pusha T is in one lane. He don't talk about the arc of life like Nas does. Nas talks about various things.
Everything.
He talk about
no
everything.
Subject left unturned.
Yeah.
Book of Rhymes talking about.
I definitely feel what you're saying because I
like. No, I can see 100% on Nas. Nas was misspoken. I should not have said his name. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like an artist like Nas, he do what he do, but Nas is a different beast because he talks about life in general. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, I mean, and to a certain extent, so does Hove. Hove is kind of in a more of a business legacy type of rapping now. You know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z at this point is a social critic. He's a cultural critic. Go ahead.
I would.
He's been that before he was, I go to that Dakota book like it's the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
His new girl. What would Jay-Z do?
Jay-Z doesn't comment on anything. He doesn't use any social media platforms or whatever. But when he gets a chance to speak on somebody's feature, he's gonna give you a summation of everything that's happened in the past year and like his feelings on it. So, but go ahead, come on, go ahead.
Every
All right.
time.
Let me say this, man. I was really looking forward to this album, first of all. And I don't think it disappointed me. It didn't. It's a solid album. However, I do think that there are some songs that are so strong that some of the other songs kind of flip-flop for me as far as being, this is good, this is kind of like, this is okay. You know what I'm saying? But there are songs, there are songs that I feel like are really strong. Mm-hmm. And then there are songs that, all right, this is cool. But then there are some songs that I feel like are filler. And I only feel that way about like one or two songs out of 12. I'm
not saying, all right, which one? I was going to say, which ones?
Yeah, go on, just give us.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you.
Come on. I'm not Steve Jackson. You know what? Steve Jackson. Steve, is this Stephen Smith?
Stephen A. Smith.
So mad. Yeah, he be. You know what? But I almost got excited because you said, this. I was like, say this might be a BEERZ and BARZ first, where Kamal is fully excited about the album. No, I've been excited. It ain't happened since. What's your favorite rapper? What's his name?
This guy say what? He gonna start it with what's my favorite rapper? Anyway,
I have no idea. Go ahead.
But so yeah, to Oscar's point, man, Brambleton is a incredible intro. Shout out to Pharrell. For me, my top 5 songs right now. These are inexplicably for me the best.
No. Let's flip. Let's get your fillers out the way first. Go ahead. Do your fillers.
So for me,
so I can yell at you for this, because if you say one of my joints,
this guy's funny. No. Hey man, no, I'm gonna say what I like the most, and then I'll say the
No. You being scared. Don't be scared.
No, I'm not scared. I'm gonna say what I like the most. I'm gonna start on a positive note. So Brambleton, I think, is an incredible song. I think is well produced. Shout out Pharrell. I think also that this is something that he had on his heart. I don't know who he's talking about, but this is one of those rare occasions where he's telling a story. You know what I'm saying? And I like it so much because it's a bookend. He starts it with Amazon at Brambleton, when Pooh got hit, and then his last line of the song is when I was on Brambleton where Pooh got hit. And I thought that was just dope how he told this story about how he felt about somebody he was hustling with, you know what I'm saying, and ended it the same way he began it. I think that's fire for artists to do. I think that's, this is, so I feel like it opens with an artist that is taking his artistry seriously. He's in here really working at the pen game. Another Kanye produced Dreaming of the Past. Say that again.
Before you leave Brambleton, another hot bar he said, and it's gonna have all the hip hop IG and blogs on the buzz tomorrow. Mm-hmm. He said, is Brambleton when he talked about the Vlad interview? Is that the Brambleton?
Yeah.
He said when he gave the Vlad interview, and then he's like, the bars and it's a solid intro. It reminds me of, because one of my most solid favorite intros, which my boy put me onto it. I didn't really pay attention to it. Was Tuscan Leather with Drake. I think that's one of Drake's best intros to an album. It's like wow. Only thing he was missing on this was a beat change. You know what I'm saying? But that the Vlad bar, and then the other bar where he was like, who'd have known that when I saw you on an interview, that'd be the last time I talked to you, something like that.
Yeah. Because
his boy gave an interview on the news. It was just I'm murdering it because it's like butter. But I think that's probably one of the most exciting parts about his album. What's what kind of makes his album super cohesive? Like, it's the return of like a full body of work, because the intro is important, but sometimes you don't even realize how dope an intro is.
Yeah.
But this is a solid one.
And let me add just a little bit of context there. Brambleton is a street in Virginia, and it also is like a community, from the same point of like how South Shore, is not a town, but South Shore is a community within, and then you have all the other places. But go ahead, come on. Humble Park is go ahead.
Right.
So you know what? I'm gonna just go through. How about I just go? No, I'm gonna say what I like. I'm gonna say what I like first. Dreaming of the Past is hard to me. Shout out to Kanye, man, on the production. I even like Kanye's like 8 bars at the end of the joint. I think this is a beautiful beat. I like how it's stripped down. It's no drums. It's just the sample chops. And he's got some bars in there. He's got some. Is it added drums?
On like 4 bars of every 4th bar, there's a kick and a snare that comes in, which is so nuanced to me. If you listen,
all right, but not Matt. Now, what?
That's correct.
What if it's in the sample though? Because
if they did,
it almost sound like it's just sampled chops. But you could be right. You could be right. I don't know.
Or it could be a part of the sample where that part of the sample, the drums are enhanced at that part of the sample.
Yeah.
Go ahead though.
Yeah. But so he got a line in there saying how the one, we talking about window stickers or window liquors. The type that want to get in all the pictures. I was trying to get the dope through in your sister. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this guy's going insane. Like, this guy's going insane. But Brambleton, Dreams of the Past, I like Neck and Wrist when I heard it, and then hearing it inside of the album, I like it even more. Now I gotta say, be honest.
See, people think that's marijuana you're doing. People think you're filling the blunt up.
It's cilantro onions, people.
It's cilantro. Okay.
But I gotta be honest. When I heard it the first time, and even now, even though I like the song so much, I could do without Jay-Z's verse, man. You could give me two Push verses. Push's verse is better than Jay's to me. Jay's verse is I I'm gonna say nostalgic because he mentions the commission, and I thought that was cool. I thought it went over my head because somebody had to tell me about the phase I'm on, love. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about some other Khalifa brothers and Ease a Felon. I guess he might be talking about Emery. There's some things in there that, you know, for me, Push was a ninja in a sense where he's coming through with very concise, straightaway bars that you understand. And Jay's verse is dripping in, you gotta know what he's talking about to understand what he's talking about. So for me, and this is just for me, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't a fan of his verse. I really like the song because of the beat, because of what Pharrell added to it. And Push's verse, I like. He got some bars in there too that I can't mention right now because I ain't writing none of it down, but I'm not a big fan of Jay's verse on this joint. Moving on.
The thing about Jay's verse I didn't like was the inflections. But you know,
and that's what but see, he was complimenting Pusha. He was complimenting Push.
Yeah. I say it like him. But you know, that's not too many Jay-Z verses that I would say I don't like, and you know, I'm not gonna start now. Okay.
So I'm gonna actually go off of, I like the inflection comment because Brambleton, Neck and Wrist, and the next song I'm gonna talk about is Call My Bluff, which I really like. And the inflection thing, I think, is what he did on Neck and Wrist, on Brambleton, and on Call My Bluff. And I think that those 3 songs in particular show it sounds very much so Hell Hath No Fury like to me. You know what I'm saying? It sounds very.
I'm so mad at you right now. You took my point. Go ahead.
It sounds very much you know, when Pharrell was working with, it sounds very Clips, Hell Hath No Fury. And what you were saying, Oscar, is that it's all dark sounding. Those are those dark songs. Those are those drenched in drug rap songs. You know what I'm saying?
Can I pause you for 1 minute? And then I promise you, you can go back. This album is his Hell Hath No Fury to me from the standpoint of this. Hell Hath No Fury may possibly be just as good as Lord Willin', because Lord Willin' to me is more big and boisterous from the standpoint of the singles and the sounds. Then Hell Hath No Fury is very dialed back. Think about the production on this joint here. On some of these songs, it's not a lot happening with the production, but it sounds crisp and clean. It's not a lot to Brambleton. Brambleton ain't a crazy beat.
Right.
What I'm saying is that Hell Hath No Fury is the same way in the fashion that the production is very dialed back. Just so you remember, it ain't even no drums, G. It's no drums on that joint. Calling My Bluff, it's one low bass part to come in, boom, like every 4th bar. Yeah. Everything on this album is so dialed back and so dark, and I love saying ominous. Oscar, that's another smart word if you want to. Very ominous sounding.
Hey, keep reading, my brother. Keep reading. I appreciate it.
But no, I promise I was going to say this album to me reminds me of Hell Hath No Fury in the fact that it's superb, but dialed back and scaled back from a production standpoint. Come on, go ahead.
The whole then calling they own. You know what I'm saying? The whole inflection on Call My Bluff is fire to me. Let me just now, this song has a lot of quotables. First of all, the whole album has quotables that I wanted to write down, but it was so many. But this one, you should listen to them on the platforms they own. They villains, they killings, no ceilings, I yawn. Is he throwing a shot at Wayne? Is he throwing a shot at Wayne?
I mean, he could be.
That's my speculation. You should listen to them on the platforms they on. They villains, they killings, no ceilings. I yawn. Now, is he talking about? Maybe he's talking about maybe they have no ceiling to the craziness that these other rappers talk about. But if I listen to a lot of rap, and rappers be throwing shots.
Listen.
And he said directly, the killings, the villains, no ceilings, I yawn.
It could 100% be that, because I don't know how no ceilings could be taken in any other context, because if someone has no ceiling, that means they have no limit, which is a big up. So I don't know how bigging up someone and at the same time dissing them. So it could be a Wayne bar, but if so, we don't need that right now.
I think it's a shot at Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
Let it go. Drake is also reportedly throwing shots at Push. Let it go. People. Yeah. Just listen. Come on, you go, and then I'm gonna give a little piece, and I'll be done. I'll be done. I promise.
Besides Call My Bluff, I've always really liked Hear Me Clearly. I really like that song, and even though but at the same time, so those are my top 5. Brambleton, Dreaming of the Past, Neck and Wrist, Call My Bluff, Hear Me Clearly are my top 5 on the whole album. Okay. Now, I have an issue personally with rappers that release so many songs. You know, like I didn't like it when Chainz did it. I didn't like it when J. Cole did it for on his first album, man. We heard 3 of these songs. Huh?
Oh, you talking about songs leading up to the release?
Yes. We heard 3 of these songs already. You know what I'm saying? And it's a short album. It's like a 30-minute album. You know what I'm saying? And so we already heard Diet Coke, which is still a good song. We heard Hear Me Clearly, which is still a good song. And we heard Neck and Wrist, which is a good song. But, you know, when in listening to the album the first time, I'm going to skip these because I'm trying to hear the album. I want to hear the other songs. Now I'm listening to it in whole, and I do like Neck and Wrist, and I do like Hear Me Clearly, even more so. Like the bars he's giving on Hear Me Clearly, if it's any indication of what the rest of the album is going to sound like before we heard the rest of the album, these are really strong bars. He's really...
Hear Me Clearly is from the other dude's album, though.
It is, but this is... I believe that it was for his album because he was already working on an album and he gave it to Nigo. You know what I'm saying? He gave it to Nigo. So it's still a, you know what I'm saying? It's still a good song. It's still a good song.
I'm waiting on you to get to these fillers, dude. You know.
So for me,
I need the dirty part. Come on.
So look, listen. Here we go. Go ahead.
This is so funny. Somebody hit me like, man, he's like, man, I'm watching y'all's show. I love you guys' show. And he was like, what he said, it was Kamal. He was like, he said he didn't like the album, but he named 7 songs that he liked, and it's an album only had 12 songs.
Classic Kamal, man. Classic.
Hey,
Kamal. And we'll argue
about hey, man, y'all funny.
No, it was just funny. Go ahead.
But look,
or
this is how I go. Look.
And then call him in.
Right.
And then call him. This man.
So okay, so you know what? All right, then fine. You know what? I be pandering to y'all because y'all like certain albums, man. I don't
stop. You
don't want to be the only odd man out sometimes, man. That's the truth.
Man, just go ahead.
Okay.
But if I'm gonna keep it real, look, man. If I'm gonna keep it real, had he had more songs like Brambleton, Neck and Wrist, Call My Bluff, and these songs sound similar. They have similar sonics. They have similar sounds. You know what I'm saying? Even with Dreaming of the Past, even with Just So You Remember. Just So You Remember is one of those that I like. But
wait. Have you started saying the songs in the filler yet? Or are you still taking?
No, these are my filler songs. These are 2 songs that I'm.
Well, go ahead.
Here we go.
I'm listening.
So it opens with Brambleton, And then the second song is like the LTCS.
Oh, that beat's crazy.
I'm like, I could do without this song, G.
Oh,
I could do without this joint.
Because you like a certain Pharrell sound. You like a big heavy Pharrell sound, and you like when Pusha just goes.
That song for me is like, dang, G, you opened up crazy. You should have had to go straight to Dreaming of the Past. You know what I'm saying? And then for me, this guy, man. And then I'm not a fan of Open Air. I think it's a filler. I think it's a straight up filler. It don't really is. I could skip that joint. Now the last joint, the like when we got it, it said Labyrinth, but I think it's Labyrinth is featured on the song. I think it's called I Pray For You.
No, it's is Labyrinth singing on it?
I think it's featuring Labyrinth.
The one with Malice.
Yeah.
When Malice comes in, what did I miss? Come on, bro.
No. I mess with that song. I rock with that song.
I love a Malice feature.
Let me go back real quick. Y'all got me talking long, man. Let me go back real quick and say that I'm Dreaming of the Past. I do like Kanye's I would have bought the Fresh Prince house, but I ain't like the
kitchen layout.
I like I like Pusha's verse, Pusha's line. This chick is annoying me because she keep calling Lanvin, you know what I'm saying? And I really like Kanye's Born in a Manger, Son of a Stranger. I think that's a bar.
Hold on. You know, that Lanvin bar was so rich for my blood, I didn't know. I had to Google. I said, that ain't Polo. I said, what's that? Some new stuff? You must be talking about Lacoste.
That's you tripping. That's
so rich for my blood.
Well, I know what he was talking. I know what he was saying. You know what I'm saying?
I had
but he was spitting. He was on his expensive. He was on his expensive luxury coke rap. You know what I'm saying? Talking to the chicks, clip the dude if he ever flinch at the price of Bottega. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, he over here stunting. I love it. But yeah, man, Kanye's Born in a Manger, Son of a Stranger. I thought that was a bar.
All right, so let me just go. Let's keep going. Come on, because you are really, really selling this album.
First of all, you came into this conversation ready, like, oh God, here you go. Come on, here you go. You about to talk about, but
you didn't drop the ball like I thought you was. You ain't mentioned. What about rock and roll? You ain't mentioned that.
Rock and roll, I go back. That's one of those that I flip-flop back on. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a good song, but there are moments where I feel like, I like Cuddy's additions to the song. At one point when I heard it, I did feel like, man, I don't know if Kanye is really bringing a whole lot to this song.
Well, you know what Kanye did? Kanye gave us that every now and then. Kanye gave us a song that he wants to be more emotional, and he gives us that raspy, vulnerable voice, where he kind of like half singing, and it's like it sounded like he got a little strain to his voice to make it a little more emotional. He definitely did that on this. But what about them flipping the Beyonce 1+1 sample? That was hard. Is
that what that Beyonce was?
Yeah, 1+1 equals 2. Yeah, it was 1. Yeah, that's the chop.
Oh, I missed that, Johnny. I missed that.
Yeah, I noticed that. And then you know what I'm saying? Kid Cudi, that tweet that he did the other day, which I thought was some, unfortunate shit. I don't want to say the real word I want to say, but like niggas gotta stop emotionally tweeting, and I think that should be a crime in hip hop. Like the emotional hip hop tweeting, bro, it's not hip hop. Okay.
Bro.
I'm hoping.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I hope it's true, bro. I hope it's true.
I hope to God this track on this album, Rock and Roll, is the reason why I hope to God in a year or two that they work this out and we get some more music, because Kid Cudi and Kanye.
This ain't the song where I feel like, yo, they need to get back together. This song is.
Oh, okay. They snapped on. I thought they snapped on it. I thought it was better than the one you like.
But here's the thing. Why I give Kid Cudi some grace, right? If you don't see that tweet, you're asking yourself, so are they cool now? So he's just getting ahead of all the questions, right? Because if we know that they don't rock with each other right now, and then Pusha's album comes out and they got a song together, and everybody's like, yo, I thought they wasn't rocking with each other.
But those are the fly by night hype beasts who gonna ask that question. We all know that album, if you're gonna do an albums are done taking over what, 12 to 18 months?
Possibly.
That's only NBA YoungBoy and Gazelle that's doing albums in 2-3 weeks. Okay.
It would have still been a conversation. So I'm not mad at him for getting ahead of people.
Let's be honest. That's not. How many times do you fall out with your boy and come back and make more music? Like, you know.
But Kanye be wilding though, man.
Bro.
Kanye has.
Come on.
Kanye,
you said Kanye be wilding?
Why is that surprising? I've been saying Kanye be wilding. I've been saying that.
Waving that Kanye flag.
I rock with Kanye, but Kanye be wilding. I can say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I rock with you, but you be wilding sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
100%. 100.
But that's how it be, man. Like that's how it be, man.
But you can tweet on the show or on whatever and say whatever you feel about me in the moment. But I'm still coming to the crib to drink. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but see, I would, but see, that's the thing. I would never. I'm never gonna go to somebody else and say, "Man, Oscar trash." You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna.
You hip hop.
I'm not gonna. But see, that's but if I do that, then that mean that I must not really rock with that person, G. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can see Kid Cudi not messing with Kanye no more.
Yeah, he was wilding a couple months ago. He was wilding a couple months ago, man.
But he been wilding some years ago. He's been wilding for about 5-6 years.
Yes, but he's consistent in his wilding right now. He's very consistent in his wilding.
We're not gonna kill this show with Kanye talk, guys. We're not gonna do it.
All right.
We're not doing it.
All right, so let's go. This is
my hold on. This is my last statement, and then I'll be done. This is my last statement. For me, this is one of Pusha's best lyrical albums. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to rank his albums, you know what I'm saying? Because I still like My Name Is My Name. I think that's my go-to when I talk about Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? I love My Name Is My Name. It has so many different elements to it. As much as it's like, for me right now, is My Name Is My Name. I'm gonna say right now Daytona is right under that, but like Daytona and this joint are kind of like right there, because there's some joints on Daytona that I'm like, and it's so short. You know what I'm saying? It's so short. But for me right now, I've always said that Yeezus is Kanye's best lyrical album. Just on a lyrical standpoint, the man is lyrically at the top of his game. He's lyrically rapping on this joint. For me, this is Pusha T's Yeezus, man. And people will say like, oh, that mean it's whack? Are you saying it's whack? No, G, no. For me, Kanye was at his lyrical peak on Yeezus. I Am a God. What the New Slaves joint? New Slaves is incredibly lyrical to me. You know what I'm saying? Blood on the Leaves, he going crazy. Bound, for me, he going crazy on Brambleton. He going crazy on Dreaming of the Past. He going crazy on Just So You Remember. You know what I'm saying? Call My Bluff. He is precise with his words. He's killing the bars on this album. And for me, This is his Yeezus, G. He's at the top of his. He really went in. I mean, and if you saw the Charlemagne interview, and that's and I only saw like 40 minutes of it. You know what I'm saying? I got like another 20 minutes to go. But he quotes Big at least 3 times.
Jay as well.
He mentioned. Say what?
I said Jay on this album. He was quoting Jay a lot too. But
yeah. I'm saying in the interview, he mentioned bars that Big gave like 3 times. You know what I'm saying? And so he's over here. He's a student of the game, and he's in that ilk of rappers that's trying to level up the lyricism. You know what I'm saying? He still looks at that. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, he went in and his pen game is incredible on this album. He was really trying to give you some bars. Now I like to join with Uzi, you know what I'm saying? But there are a lot of songs like that almost feel like they don't fit on the album. You know what I'm saying?
Fit very well. I disagree. I
felt like amongst after that it's Call My Bluff, which is confusing.
For an Uzi feature,
not like Uzi. Now
I'm an old head. I'm 40. You know, so I grew up in 90s hip hop. You know what I mean? I like that rapping style of Uzi. I like the Uzi that he rapped. The style that he brought to this song was Uzi that I can rock with for maybe a whole album, because that's not the Uzi that we see. That was a stripped down. He didn't give us Rockstar Festival dominant crowd Uzi. You know what I'm saying? Shirt off. You know what I'm saying? He gave us some. I get a call from Push to almost be one of his few features outside of Yeezy to rap with bars. He came with the rap that they accused him of changing before he became this rock and roll superstar Uzi, and I really appreciate that. I thought that was somebody else. I didn't know. I was like, oh, that's Uzi, and it was. I thought it fit pretty well. I think the cohesiveness of the whole album.
I like the song. I like the song, but I felt like it was like, you know, when I think of Hell Hath No Fury, it all sound. I mean, obviously it's all Neptunes, but it had a sound. It had a sound, and it's cohesive in that way. There were songs on this album that I felt like took away from the cohesive sound of the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree. Because even when I was hitting you out earlier, the Just So You Remember, it sounded like a Tarantino movie. You know what I'm saying? And I was joking with y'all. I said, it's Tarantino music. You know what I'm saying? I felt like the vibe on that almost reminded me of some. I don't think it's Tarantino, but it's like, I think this is somebody else, but it's some Dust to Dawn or one of those other dark,
Robert Rodriguez.
Tarantino. Yeah, that was Rodriguez, yeah. But some other movie that's like just the sound of it, because it's like, you know, full sound, you got a lot of violins.
It's intense. That song in particular is very intense.
But what he's doing, he's pulling some old head move and letting motherfuckers know that, like, y'all think y'all coming for the crown, but this is who I am. And this is what I've done. This is what I continue to do. On some real super old head shit, letting motherfuckers know that, like, yo, you know, he's had a bar about top 10. Oh, he had a bar in there like, I'll be your top 10. The only way you can rob me is award shows. Something like that. Award shows, the only way you can rob me. Like, that double entendre for a nigga who's been claiming the streets.
No.
Since he came out, I thought it was great, you know?
Yeah. He's definitely, I guess just a little bit to add on. He's definitely, I would say, from the standpoint of a luxurious drug rap, he is possibly the godfather. You know, he is the godfather of that. I know there are others. There are people going to say, oh, well, Jay rapped about drugs. But Jay, in the same fashion of Nas, they take on more other topics. What Push does is he's painting like, it's like watching Scarface or Godfather. You know what I'm saying? Lamborghinis and motherfucking Ferraris in the front yard, 20 chicks in a pool. Like it's like he paint these kind of pictures for you of that illustrious drug rap. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a cautionary tale. Like Benny does it in this way, but it's more so like, don't do this. Like Push is not really like a cautionary tale for me. Like even the trappers of like Jeezy and T.I., you know, you could do your thing, just don't get caught. Like, nah, Push, like, nah, this our life. This not your life. You fake. Like, it's very braggadocious, in your face. It's not a cautionary tale. It's almost like I'm a rapper, but at the same time, I got a lot of coke right now. Like right now. It's not like my past.
No, like
so
right now.
And I do think that albums like this, and I'll end here. We are no longer in the age, and I think it's dope, of you gotta make music for this or that. There is no, okay, I gotta have a club song, I gotta have a girl song, I gotta have a banger, I gotta have this. Like Push be really creating vibes. You know what I'm saying? And I think he don't get enough respect for that. And the reason why I say that is because he has albums like this one and his other three that have different producers, but all of them sonically represent something, which lets you know that the MC themselves can pick beats or production that all is in some sense aligned to give you something sonically. And I think that's fire. I think that that's a mark of an artist. You know, what are you doing sonically for your albums? I was talking earlier about the cilantro and onions, right? Neck and Wrist. Everybody was shitting on Neck and Wrist. It's just okay. It's blah, blah, blah. No. But where it's placed on this album, though, where it fits in the album, perfect placement. Singles don't matter anymore. It don't gotta be in the club. It don't gotta be no diss to 50. That don't matter no more. Like, where does your songs fit? You know, are you creating something that makes sense sonically, lyrically, all together?
Yeah, I liken Neck and Wrist to swimming pools. When I first heard swimming pools,
exactly.
I didn't really. I thought it was okay song, but in the scope of the album, oh, this is perfect.
I want to hit the goddamn
right.
Disconnect. This is perfect. You mean like swimming pools? Kendrick's swimming pools?
Yes, I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay. But hearing it in the context of the whole album, this is genius.
Yeah, you got your ass whooped. Sharice got you jumped, G. What you gonna do besides get drunk afterwards? Like, that ain't known when it's just a single, but when you hear the album, he's drinking to numb the pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's perfect. That's fire. So
and yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. I like the album.
Is there a butt coming?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like the album. I do like it. I like it. But I don't I expected a different sound. I think I expected a different sound. There are sounds on here that I like.
What
there are really strong sounds on here.
Did you play this in the car yet?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Play to your headphones with your headphones on yet?
No. But I got decent speakers in here. And while we was talking last night, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to this joint on 420. Like, I'm listening to this joint and I'm hitting, like, man, y'all talk, man, OT text something about Brambleton and I'm on like one of the later songs. That Brambleton hard, I put it back on. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going back through and listening to the song that I know I like for sure. But there's some songs on here that break up the like, that's the thing. Clips albums are always cohesive. Clips albums have been cohesive since the beginning.
I must not be a true Pusha fan. I think it's one of his most cohesive albums.
I think it's very cohesive. I don't know.
No, Daytona Daytona is cohesive, and I
really
like my name is my name. Because it's so many different flavors. But for me, that makes more sense than my name is my name makes a little bit more sense than this album for me. But I like this album. I like it. But I don't think it's his best. I don't think it's his best work. But and that's just from a production standpoint. Writing wise, he's up there. He's up there. But production wise, it's not. I don't think this is his most cohesive project.
I was gonna come in here and say that this might be, this is gonna list itself in the top 15, the top 10 of the year. If this
man said this man started with top 15, so that means that he not even. What are we talking about, man?
I don't want to be the asshole to be like, yo, this top 5 of the year. It's fucking April, bro. Like it's gonna be some. By the time you do the top thing, hopefully we're gonna remember this because it's gonna still got replay value. But a lot of times, by the time it gets to December, you're like, well, what else came out? What came out first quarter? It's hard to remember.
People are gonna have this on this list, are gonna have this on their list, but hey, man, get your time in now. Now I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a fan of Kendrick. I think Kendrick is gonna kill. I'm a fan of Future. I don't think Future is gonna give us that work like he has before. So Pusha might have an advantage over Future, but we gonna see, man. It's a long year, man. We gonna see.
If this is the opening for the summertime, we got a good summer of music coming. If this any indication.
Look, he's gonna do numbers off of this project because he's got some super bangers on here, G. He's got ultra bangers on here. Ultra bangers.
What gets released? What gets released first? Rock and Roll or Dreams of the Past? What's it called? Dreams of the Past? Dreams of the Past? Which Kanye song makes it to single?
It don't matter, no. It don't matter. That's the thing. This album has no big energies. This album has none of that. I imagine he's gonna release something, but it don't matter. Neither of those are singles in this time. Yeah. What is somebody gonna do on TikTok off any of this?
You might try to make this try. So you're saying TikTok is driving all single choices?
Fact. I am saying
that's a fact.
That world exists, and then there's this world where somebody like Pusha is giving you a cohesive body of work, as what we can expect from Kendrick in a couple weeks. Kendrick probably won't have. What is Humble about? What is that? Like what is that joint? You know what I'm saying? It's like it sounds poppy, but I don't know what Kendrick's talking about on that joint. But in the scheme of the album, it sounds pretty good. Like what I'm saying is that he can put out a single from this album, but it don't matter what he picked because nothing on this joint fits with today's singles because that shit is dying to me. That whole fucking thing is dying. No diss to Lotto. I rock with you. Peace to you. I think she did like 13,000 her first week, G.
You really treating her right now. 13,000.
No. Here's the thing, though.
13,000 is pretty good for these newer artists.
No, it's not.
Is it 13,000?
Fam,
I think you know what I'm saying.
13,000 is nothing, G.
Fam,
these singles do a slow burn, especially if you that's and I think that's the issue with TikTok, right? Because people have to kind of find it, and you have to get the creativity, and so it's gonna be like August. It's one of her songs that's on this album. It's going to catch a trend, and next thing you know, it goes back up.
Fam, she had big energy. That song was crazy. She had a song with Lil Wayne and Childish Gambino. This couldn't have been what they wanted.
That needed.
If you have that,
I didn't heard that. That's got to be amazing.
No, that song is my favorite song right now.
I haven't played that yet.
If you're doing that, you're reaching for the stars. So 13 grand overall, whatever it was, I may be off some, is not what you're looking for in your first week. If you have, go ahead.
I think more of what I'm saying is today's music listeners are not purchasers like that. They're streamers, they're TikTokers. Like they're not going to go purchase like that.
Yeah,
you know
I bet Dirk did 100 in his first week.
I don't think it's Dirk did 100, but you know, I think Dirk did 100 based on his size and his replay of his streams.
Yes, but what they had, they had Dirk on the album. They had 21 on the album. They had Lil Wayne on the album. They had who get a Childish Gambino feature?
Hey man, that's an amazing feature because he does not miss on the features.
They had everybody on the album because they wanted it to do numbers.
Yeah, it was a big
I don't know why it didn't. I have no idea why it didn't.
She's like 21. She's like 20. She's a baby, right? She's like super young. Her demographic, they don't buy music like we did.
But they stream though. They still stream, I believe.
And
so
and your numbers, streaming numbers are like they hardly make CDs anymore. They hardly release CDs.
For her to really stream right, she would have had to kick whoever. Same people who rock with her demographic is also bumping NBA YoungBoy and also bumping Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention Jack Harlow, all the other people. You know what I mean? Like I think her demo, because she's so new, she ain't really bubbled yet. But I think that you're gonna see a slow burn and a bump on some single that you ain't had no idea of. Some trend or dance is gonna set it off, and then you'll see it go back up. I just think that's the trend with these newer artists. Coyle Ray did the same thing. You know what I mean?
No, I think that's also though OT's point though, that TikTok numbers and this streaming era is what caused her numbers to not even jump like that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It should have drove it at least. It should have at least drove her numbers, but her numbers, and again, I don't know how we even got here, but I'm just saying like that's just something I've been thinking about lately. Like, damn, how did Shorty do those numbers?
I think at some point, like our numbers, unfortunately, is going to be it's a dying measurement, especially with this new generation. I don't think they're doing like
tracking your numbers though. Billboard is going to track your numbers.
They are tracking. They're tracking lots of, but that's why they had to make the caveat for what Chance was doing, and when everybody was starting going to streaming, they had to add the streaming thing because people are just not buying. Like the generation, 2 generations under us, which is their generation, well, their demo. Because you remember us, like shit. When Black Rob came out, I was going to buy that album based on Whoa.
Yeah.
We was going to buy Mobb Deep. Quiet Storm was out. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't need that many singles to go buy that album.
She did 21,900 in her first week.
That's low.
That's low. If we do it by traditional standards. I think that is today's mark for the new.
But that also includes streaming though. Did she even like how many artists are releasing physical CDs?
But it includes streams, is what I'm saying. It includes.
That's what I'm saying.
She did slightly better than Benny the Butcher, who's a cult following type artist with no big energies, no Lil Wayne and Gambino and all these other big artists. You get a Dirk on your album to pull from him. You get a 21 on your album to pull from these people.
Yeah.
Unless she really tight with them, but you get them on your album to be able to.
But they didn't lead with the Dirk single, right?
They lay with Big Energy, which was a smash.
But even Drake is leading with the Dirk single. I mean, it's like that's a fact, right? Not crying out like that. He led with that single way before he dropped the album.
He. But could it be? But did he even? But did he? Drake don't need to do that though. Drake had Dirk on a single, but that song not even on the album.
But even now, it still went back up on that whole that trend that they doing with everybody doing that. That's just now catching on, and that's almost a year later. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a slow burn when it comes to these catching with making it go full circle. And we all know Drake is the singles master. Okay, that man.
That's what I'm saying though. Drake don't need don't need Dirk on a single in order to pop. You know what I'm saying? Drake could put out a single and he could pop, G.
This is where we start fighting because he wouldn't got Dirk on purpose.
Drake 100% gets hot artists and then keeps his wave
going based on.
I agree with that. I'm just saying he didn't need to get Dirk in order to do numbers.
To keep the Drake flat line, he needs Dirk.
Stop it.
Stop it. That's how he stays relevant. Okay, all right.
That is how he stays relevant.
But because Drake has his moniker like, oh, Drake blows new artists. Does he blow new artists, or does he also hop on their tail?
No, he hop on their tail, and we know that already. We know that. He does that. That's what Drake. That's Drake's MO. That's what he does. Mm-hmm. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? Even with this Jack Harlow joint that's about to drop, you know what I'm saying? Where he's supposedly throwing shots at Pusha T. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So just think about it. So Jack Harlow goes from a collab with Lil Nas X to collab with Drake. Like,
I got a hot take regarding Jack Harlow, but go ahead. I got a very hot take regarding.
What's your hot take, man? Go ahead.
People are mad at Jack Harlow because his song was #1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
They mad at him?
Yes, there was a post on Hip Hop DX about Punch from Top Dog was talking about how black artists have to try much harder than white artists because of systematic racism, so on and so forth. And they were likening it to the Grammys when Macklemore won.
No.
All right. And
I think that's a stretch, bro.
I think that's kind of true.
All right, let's go there. Okay, here's the problem. When did we start caring about what was #1 on the Billboard Top 100 in relation to hip hop?
I agree.
Well, in hip hop, we don't care as a hip hop because you want great music. But when it comes to finances and exposure, you need to go #1 on the top 100. So what he's saying again, it's tried and true. When you got a rapper with mid ability to be able to rap and flow, he shoots up amongst people who he's nowhere near comparable to. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think? So what are you saying as far as the Macklemore and Kendrick situation?
Yeah, I think
Macklemore should have won. Do you think that Kendrick should have won?
Well, we all know Kendrick should have won, but
yes, and that to me says that the Grammy board is out of touch. They're not aware of what's going on in rap. They're not aware of what's going on in hip hop. And that's my thing with the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? These are a board of people that are saying what's good, and the people that are nominated and given awards are able to financially charge more, and we want our artists to win because they deserve that recognition, and they deserve to get the accolades and all of that thing for our favorite artists. But Macklemore definitely shouldn't have won, and he's not even making no moves right now. You know what I'm saying?
Because of that, that happened and that backlash, what they did was invite way more black musicians and people to have say so in the Grammys at this point.
And what I'm saying, I know. I'm gonna let you get your point off, OT.
I'm gonna let you finish.
But what I'm saying is, why are we even? My thing is, we shouldn't even be looking to Grammys. Now, I do, because I'm.
It's not about the Grammys, though. It's not about the Grammys. We're talking about the Billboard Hot 100. Would anybody out there in the world like to hear? No, it's not. What's number two? What's #2 on the Billboard Hot 100? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Harry Styles, As It Was. Number 3, Glass Animals, Heat Waves. Does anybody know who Glass Animals is?
I don't know who that is, dude.
All right, cool. Number 4, Big Lotto, Big Energy. Wow. Number 5, Enemy, Imagine Dragons, featuring JID. Number 6,
you got a song with Imagine Dragons? That's big.
The Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber. What does it sound like the Billboard Top 100 is for?
White folks.
Why are we then caring what the fuck is going on with the Billboard Top 100 in relation to what happened at the Grammys in 2014 regarding hip hop? Is there another artist that we feel from the standpoint of hip hop should be number 1 on this list?
Of course.
People care about the wrong stuff. People like to make arguments and people like to have opinions.
Well, I think it goes along with hip hop values, right? Every hip hop artist wants to be number 1, wants to be the GOAT. And so
in our shit, this ain't us.
Well, no, in everything. Right. They want it in everything. It's not just our shit. They want all across the board. They want to be known as the most they want Snoop Dogg's role, the most popular, the most effective rapper. That's why everybody's like, oh, I'm the best. It's seven people fighting for King of New York.
What I'm saying is that what happened with Macklemore and Kendrick is definitely an argument that can be made, right? Because that's hip hop. Let this Billboard Hot 100 Jack Harlow shit go, is what I'm saying to everybody out there who is participating in this argument about, oh my God, how did Jack Harlow get the number 1 on the Billboard? You really care? When was the last time we cared about the Billboard Hot 100?
Song is it the Nail song?
First Class. I don't know what that is. I'm trying to figure out why we care about the Billboard Hot 100 right now.
Yeah.
Why is Hip Hop DX talking about the Billboard Hot 100?
Because
look, man, as an artist.
Because of what Drake said, everybody want content. It's just something to talk about.
Well, honestly, they also upset that the person that's representing them on the Hip Hop 100 is Jack Harlow.
That's probably true.
Can we invite the owners of Hip Hop DX on this podcast? Where are they, please? Who's on there? Anybody?
Right. Yeah. Hey, man, beers and bars.
The fuck out of here. All right, I'm sorry. I'm very passionate about
that. That's a nice rabbit hole.
Very nice rabbit hole. Peace.
Peace, man. Beers and bars. Thank you, Oscar, for coming on, man. Pusha T. It's almost dry. Check it out. Beers and bars, man.